That was a good way to enter the show, that noise that you just made. Johnny G, what is happening? It's corn? Is that all that's happening?
Hey,
It's corn? Is that what's happening?
are we on yet?
Yes.
Hey, it is corn. It's corn.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I watch too much TikTok, man.
Oh, man. Well, Chris put it out there that the delay was you, so everyone's been having a go at you, man.
Me and
Chat.
Maguire have been
Genwell
stuck in the
says
classes.
you're moving slower than Slabhead. Rob says
That's
you're
true.
moving as fast as you ever did off your line. He's seen a sloth cross the line road quicker.
I reckon I get off my line more than the gear does.
Maybe these days. Green and yellow frame now, Rob says. Norwich or Man United away? Or FC United of Manchester. This is the colours for the Glazers out. That's why we've moved to this colours. So we're on these colours right now, guys, for anyone that doesn't know, because it's the colours that support the Glazers out. So we'll be doing it until the Glazers are out of our club. Is that right, Johnny G?
Hashtag Glaze out, man.
Hashtag Glazers out. See, everyone said it. All right, so let's get straight into it, man. So on the weekend, United 1-0 winners away at Southampton. What's your take on that?
Um, the performance wasn't great, but the result was, and that's all we had to do. We needed to get that first away win. I don't think we've won away since, was it last year or January maybe? I think since we won an away game, and I think we haven't won two in a row Premier League games for quite a while as well. So I think these sorts of games is just building up. You know, it might take the whole season for Ten Hag to actually play how he wants to play. But look, we got the 3 points. That was the big plus out of the game. There was a couple standout performances, but all in round, I don't think we played that well. I think Southampton played pretty good, and they had a few chances of their own. So um, we didn't deserve to lose the match, but I think we were lucky to escape with the 3 points.
Yeah, I think it was. I don't think that game was ever going to be to the heights of like United Liverpool. It just doesn't have the hype. Doesn't the players aren't? It's a 12 o'clock kickoff as well. They're always like lackluster games. But the fact that we didn't concede last year, we would have conceded in that game, and we didn't. Got the 1-0. Varane and Martinez and De Gea, Malashia and Delo. First clean sheet for United in 15 games. 15
Mm.
games. So Rob says, hey JG, has De Gea ever intercepted a through ball outside the penalty box?
Well, I've been watching him a lot lately, and I tend to. I think that one of the only keepers I notice in the Premier League that hardly comes off his line. But look, he made a couple good saves over the weekend. His shot stopping ability has never been in question really. There's a mistake in him now and then, but I think United fans in general get upset with the gear about how he distributes the ball out to the players and his commanding of area. But yeah, the gear. Look, we're not going to change keeper now. He's still our keeper for this year, so let's get behind him.
The thing with De Gea is, I think, is everyone, like Rob would know, he's a Man City fan, is everyone thinks that every keeper that plays out from the back is going to be able to play out the back like Edison and Allison. And no one else does that. So you can still play out the back, but it doesn't mean you're going to be able to hit these balls that Edison is one of a kind, man. No other keeper plays out of the back like he does. No one can make me change my mind on that. Like, it's just not going to happen. No, that guy is so good with his feet. It's not funny.
Mm.
Like, it's just, yeah. Genwell says it's confidence building, and he's put it out. The original colours of Man United, Newton Heath. That is exactly right. That's why we've gone with the yellow and green, and we will stick with that until the Glazers are gone. Even though
Mm.
our
We,
platform might not be the biggest, but we will stick with it.
mm.
So Chris says Fernandez's goal was nice. On that, I'll touch on that what Chris said. I thought the actual goal was really, it was a real good build-up play. The way that they got it out to the right, the two forwards ran forward, dragged the defenders with him. Fernandez was by himself, late run, third run in, like cross to him. First time finish wasn't an easy finish, but it was a straightforward finish, but definitely wasn't easy, and it was a real good goal, I thought.
Yeah, very very nice tidy finish from Fernandez to open footed volley. So it was
Yeah,
good.
it was good, man.
Yeah.
Genwell says, who is Edison? Ter Stegen is the best keeper. I'm not saying he's the best keeper, Edison. I'm just saying with his feet, he's the best. He does
Mm.
things with his feet that. Yeah, that's true. Edison is the Guinness Book of Records for the longest, like, punt or putt. I think he's got the longest goal kick from the ground. Guinness Book of Records, Edison. Rob has said, and that's true.
What's that like? The length of the field?
Dude, I think it is. Like he's because he can hit it and it just stays low but goes. Like that's what I'm saying that you
Mm.
can't compare. Like you can still get. I'm not saying De Gea is the best or Henderson whatever. They can still play out from the back, but don't expect them to play out from the back the way that Edison does and Allison. It's not going to happen. But that's my opinion anyway. But on that, so we got the win. We're all happy about it. Casemiro got his debut. What, 10 minutes? More to come, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to judge him on that performance. He sort of did what he was supposed to do when he came on, not help the team not concede. I don't think I remember him doing anything world classy
Yeah.
sort of thing, but we were under pressure, man, for the last 15, 20 minutes, and yeah, I don't know if I could say he eased that pressure or not because it felt like I was really nervous in that last quarter of the
Yeah.
game.
Well, in
Mm.
saying it, we were talking about him. De Gea made a cracker save from I can't remember who a header, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was that. What's his name? Chi? What's his name?
Adams, Che Adams.
Forget this.
Yeah, he
Che
did
Adams.
make a.
Yeah, it was a close header. It was sort of in the region of the gear, so he didn't have to stretch
It's
all
just
overly. But it was a
just
good
reflexes.
reaction.
Yeah.
Stop.
Genwell says so. Edison
Yeah.
can kick it like Rashi into Rosie. Ha ha ha.
Well, Rashford was very. I felt like he was missing in
Oh, I
that
felt
game.
sorry for all the forwards,
This,
even
this,
Ronaldo when he come on.
yeah, I feel like the forwards needed to try and hold the ball up a bit better. Um, but all I'm not taking any credit away from Southampton. The pressure they put on our players was they were all over us, and the boys didn't have much time to think on the ball, and sometimes we gave it up pretty easily.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Rob says Martinez is the real deal. Impressive. Attacking the ball like a defender should, but few do. I agree. He does go in. He's got that like doggedness about him where obviously it's
It's definitely it's definitely starting to change my heart around on him, but I'm not. He hasn't totally won me over yet. I think his Liverpool performance was better than the
I,
Southampton performance.
I
I
agree, but
think,
I think him or Delo were best on ground against Southampton.
yeah, Deloy, and I think McTominay was a bit of an unsung hero in that game, even though I don't
Don't
like
don't don't
McTominay
don't
that
say
much. But he looked suspect at a couple moments in that Southampton game, Martinez, but he did play well as well. So,
Well, do you know?
um, look, I want him to be I want him and Varane to be our centre
Yeah,
back
yeah,
pairing, but I'm a little bit worried at the same time. Like I watched Haaland play, and the way he just the centre backs were just bouncing off him. I'm worried how Martinez is just going to fare up
yeah.
against
Well, the
players
thing
like that.
is, the centre back, like even big centre backs are bouncing off of Haaland. So the thing is, you know what? He'll turn around. He might do it to Martinez, and the media will make it up. They'll go, "Yep, oh, he's too small." But look what he did to those centre backs on the weekend. They're two giants, and they were bouncing off him. I don't really think the guy's. He's a hybrid man. With players like that, I don't know. What do you do really? It's like with Zlatan when he was in his pomp. What do defenders do with a body like that? It's regardless of how big you
Mm.
are. It's. They were saying
But I
today
think
on the
even
stats that apparently he won the most aerial duels on the pitch against Southampton. So he's obviously going for the headers and winning
mm.
them.
Oh look, I want him to succeed, and I'm open to him and stuff like that. But I'll probably judge him at the end of
I
this
agree.
season if he's good enough. I'm worried about lineup when he lines up against Haaland, Mitrovic. I'm not sure about Nunez. Um, I haven't seen him much play, but yeah. So coming up against those three players, um, we'll see. We'll see
Yeah,
how
I
he
know what you
goes.
mean. But then you look at it, even Mitrovic gave Van Dijk the run around, didn't he? So you
But if I was Mitrovic or those players, I'll be sort of targeting
oh, of
Martinez
course.
if I
Of
was
course.
those big players. But yeah,
Of course. Rob says McTominay crap lost his players in dangerous positions. Nope, doesn't agree with you. Genwell says, yeah, but thanks for the 5 years, Haaland in the future. Listen, Haaland's going to be, I don't know, like,
he's never coming to
never
Man
going to
United.
Man United, but it's like,
Roy Keane broke his father's leg. It's
well, he
never
didn't break,
happening.
he ended his father's
He's
career and admitted to it.
and he's come out and said he's most excited to play against Manchester
Yeah.
United. So obviously he wants to
Well, you know what?
he wants to beat
Hopefully
us.
hopefully it comes out and and Varane, Varane, look what he did against Liverpool. Like that guy is, I think he's the key at the moment for him to stay fit, and we've got a good defensive partnership because if Maguire has to come in with Martinez, where that
It
doesn't
doesn't
work,
work.
man, because
Doesn't
he's
look like
too
it
slow.
works.
You see in the
It makes Martin looks Martinez
exactly.
bad, and it makes even Maguire look bad as well. Even though you can't make him look
Exactly,
any
but you
worse.
saw
But
it like when we lost those games, the goals were coming from people running in behind Maguire and then Martinez. They don't work well together. Just so Genwell reckons he's going
no.
to club hop, man, Haaland. He's going to be a club hopper.
Well, he might move on to like a Madrid or something like that. You never know down the track, but I can't see him going to another Premier
I
League
think it
club.
depends how long Pep stays at City. That's what I reckon. I don't think.
I'm amazed he's
Yeah,
still
I am
there.
too, but I don't think Pep will sell him. That's just me, but.
Mm.
Well, all right. So we've touched on the game. Next thing is we've had the here we go from Fabrizio. Antony, I think it's almost 100 million euros. What do you take it away?
Obviously, the price tag's ridiculous, but that's United for you. We seem to get taken on a runaround with a lot of transfers. But look, at the end of the day, if you had told me, look, him for 100 million or nothing, I'll take Antony because I think he improves our team. He looks exciting. I've only seen YouTube clips, guys. I haven't watched any Eredivisie League games or anything like that. But from the clips I've seen, he looks very technical. He looks very confident on the ball. Brings the ball down well. He's got a killer left
Yeah,
foot. Um, Look, he's talking the talk at the moment. He wants to take that next step up. It's always a worry from that league, from those attackers from that league coming into the Premier League straight away, um, especially wingers for some reason. But look, I'm happy about the signing. I'm not happy about the fee. I think we've been ripped off a couple of times this transfer window. I think we overpaid for Martinez, overpaid for Casemiro, and we overpaid for Antony. But look, that's Man United for you. That everyone knows we're
yeah.
desperate, and
Oh,
that's how it goes. But I'm happy
the
about the
way I
signing.
look at it is, mate, Newcastle just paid 60 million for Isaac, and he scored 4 goals last year. So it's just where money is at the moment with players. I think like no players are worth 100 million bar Messi or Ronaldo like in their pomp really like. But players are going around for ridiculous like amounts of money at the moment. Matt,
Well, he's young too. He's 22. He's not. If we get him for 10 years, you know what I mean.
exactly.
It's money well spent, and his
Listen, the last
success.
attacker that came from the Eredivisie, from Ajax in particular, that went to the Premier League that had big raps on him was Luis Suarez. So if he can do half of what Suarez did for Liverpool, I'll be happy. Like
Yeah, true. I mean, I'm thinking of
oh,
players
like
like maybe
Ziyech and
Ziyech
Depay
and
and that didn't
Depay.
didn't do well, but like there's obviously as long as he does better than them, where does this put your front three now? What's the front three? Let's say Ronaldo stays.
Uh,
Where's the team at?
I'll probably go Antony on the right. I think that's, he plays there all the time for Ajax
Yeah,
and Brazil. So you got to stick him on the right, and you pay 100 million, so he's
yeah,
playing. I think Sancho stays in the team because I think he's got a lot more to give, and I put him on the left. And at the moment, for me, the way Ten Hag's system looks like it gels a bit better is Antony up front if he's fit. But if not, Ronaldo
yeah,
after that. And Rashford is just a come off the bench player at the moment. He needs to
yeah,
find his
yeah.
form.
You know what I want? I want Antony to start. I want Anthony Martial to start and Anthony Elanga to start, so we can pass the ball from Anthony to Anthony to Anthony.
Yeah, I've seen that meme go
That would be the
around.
best.
It's, uh,
See, Genwell said what I said. He's made a point here. Gordon from Everton is going to Chelsea for 60 million. And he's done nothing. So,
mm,
like, 100 million seems like right for Anthony. Do you know what I mean? Like, prices are just Gordon, man. Craig Gordon, 60 million. Please.
it's funny how like we get scrutinized the most, but
I know.
those sorts of
Yeah.
clubs don't get talked about.
Like, they're paying 80 million for Fofana as well, Chelsea. And, like, no one cares. Oh, yeah, whatever. It's Chelsea. They'll do what they want. But it's just United is in the spotlight. We know that. It's always happened.
Man City overpaid for
Grealish was
Grealish.
100 million. He scored 2 goals
He's
last year and got 2 assists.
and plus he's an older
Yeah,
player as
yeah.
well. So
Genwell says, I don't want to see Rashi up front again. He
mm,
did start up front against
I
Liverpool.
think you have to play a certain way, and it's like how we play against Liverpool, over the top, counter attacking. That's the only way
Yeah,
Rashford can
yeah,
play
yeah.
up top.
Christopoulos,
He can't play
nah,
with his
no way.
back to goal.
Christopoulos says, how did Liverpool win 9-0? They've scored 9
They
goals,
kicked
man.
9 goals.
Parker is crap, Genwell said. Did they sack him already?
Well, I
Is that
think
the... Yeah,
Parker got the
4 games
sack.
in, he's had the
Yeah.
sack. Can you believe that?
I'm glad Liverpool didn't score another one because they've only equalled
Yeah,
our
they would have
record
broke.
now.
Rob says Celtic also won 9-0. Ange, good old Ange.
What, in the same
I'm not
week.
sure. It must have. I didn't know.
I think the way Edge is going, he could land
I
a
think
Premier League job one day. That'd be
Ange's trajectory is what Brendan Rodgers did, I think. He's going to do that and he's going to go to like a Leicester or something, like a mid. Well, look at what's his name? Like they were talking about it today. All the English media have blown the smoke. I know it's a United show, but just for a second, all the media have blown smoke up Gerrard. He's got a worse record at the moment with Villa than Dean Smith had. All the English media blow smoke up Lampard. He's crap. Like because they're English, they're saying that the debate that they used to have about who was a better player, they should be having a debate now of who's a crappest manager, Gerrard or Lampard. Like they're just
Who was Lampard managing in the Championship
Derby, and
again?
he finished fifth, got to the playoffs, and didn't come up.
So that's pretty much the
Yeah,
best he's done
yep.
in a
And then
managerial
Chelsea
position.
got whatever, he
Yeah.
got fourth that year, and then did terrible and got the sack.
But Gerrard actually did well at
He did,
Rangers, I
he
think.
did. He won the league there, but
Yeah.
that's what they're saying. Brendan Rodgers won 6 leagues in a row, man. He won a treble, like 2 trebles back to back. So
It is a Celtic
it's a
league, though,
Celtic
really.
Rangers.
Rangers
Yeah, I
have
know,
had to
but
build up.
it's a 2-team league. That's what it is. It's not like
Yeah.
Alex Ferguson winning the Scottish Premier Division with Aberdeen. It's it's still
Yeah.
Rangers.
Yeah.
They still won the title 30 fucking times.
It just goes to show you, not all great players make great managers.
He's won
So.
he's won 11 games, Gerrard, and he's had 50 games or something. That's crap.
I think Aston Villa have actually
And
spent a fair bit of
exactly,
money
like
as
they've
well.
spent big dosh, man.
Yeah.
Rob says, yeah, same day, Celtic 9-0 against Dundee United. Awesome passing and movement display. Good
Wow.
old Ange, good on him. Hope he gets a job in the Premier League.
Imagine that for a multi.
Oh my
9-0,
God.
9-0.
Retired.
I was watching that Liverpool game, and yeah, I mean Bournemouth looked like a
Ah,
League One
they're
side in
terrible.
that team.
You know what
Okay.
bet would have won you money? 9-0 and Mohamed Salah not to get an assist or a goal.
He
I know,
almost
but
did.
can
He
you
tried a
imagine?
few
How is
times.
that? For them to win like that and he didn't get an assist, he didn't get a stat. That's ridiculous.
No, sort of spread. Sort of. I think
Yeah,
Firmino got a couple. The young fella got one, and yeah, the Diaz. I
yeah, he
think.
scored a nice one. Genwell says, been watching Bournemouth
Mm.
since Championship last season. He wasn't that good for a great team in Championship level. There you go. Zakal says, hi KP, Johnny G, Chris C. The World Cup is
How
in
you
two
doing, boys?
months. He said.
Yeah, is Rob and Drusetta
Yeah, we're gonna
coming
do some
for
watch-alongs. We're
another?
gonna get on board with that. Do what we got to do, and we'll be getting on board with some watch-alongs and things like that.
Well, is Rob
Who,
Polish, isn't he?
Drusetta? No, he's half Dutch, half Italian.
Oh, gee, so he's going for
Well,
the
he can't go
Netherlands
for
then.
Italy, and then he's got to go for Australia and then the Netherlands.
My wife's Italian, Rob, and she doesn't shut up about Italy, but it's
The Italians, they got nothing to stand on now. It's all right. We're at Australia. That's it.
yeah,
All right. So
that's it.
I tend to agree with you. I think Sancho's got to stay in the team now that we've got Antony. It's got to be. I think Antony, like you said, you don't pay 100 million and don't play him because if you do, you're just doing a Solskjaer. Something's wrong. Um, and listen, I don't know if Martial's fit. Like you got Cristiano Ronaldo there still. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like I don't know. I don't know.
Mm.
It's
Well, look, apparently Anthony's a very good crosser, so that might help
exactly
Ronaldo if he
exactly.
stays. If he stays.
So well, on that, do you see any more activity for United? Ingoings, outgoings. Apparently, I heard we've rejected a bid to sell Wan-Bissaka, and people are losing it about it. But I sort of get it because if Delo gets injured, who are we going to play?
Yeah, and it's back. I think it's Crystal Palace who've made the offer, and I think it's about 15 million. And I think United, if they pulled a trigger on that, they
Yeah,
look
yeah,
silly. You know what I mean? They bought a $50 million right back who obviously is not worth 50 million, and they're going to sell it back to that same club for 15 million. It's just
silly.
typical United. How
Oh, of
we
course.
run the club. So I don't think they're going to sell him for that reason. And also, yeah, we don't have we loaned out Ethan
And I think
Laird,
Williams, didn't we
so
loan him too? So
possibly, yeah. So look, we don't have much cover at the right back position. So unless they're buying another right back, they got one coming in. I can't see
nah.
Wan-Bissaka
Oh, that's what
leaving.
I'm saying. Who's going to play if Delo gets injured? Like, is obviously, listen, Delo's playing really good, and there was huge hopes about him when Mourinho signed him. He was like meant to be the best up and coming fullback in Europe when Mourinho signed him. So, you know,
He's still
exactly,
young. Like people forget, Delo's like 24,
exactly.
25. So he's just coming into his best
So
football,
and
really.
he played well. So Genwell says I have my reservations about the World Cup for obvious reasons, but hopefully it will be good for the teams in it. And Rob says several immigrant workers complained about not getting paid in Qatar. They were arrested and deported. They,
Well, I heard they put out a rule if you get caught with the rainbow flag or
oh
something
my
like that, they're going to
days.
put you in jail.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, sometimes you just got to respect the other country you're
Yeah,
going
yeah,
to, really. So if it's that law, just don't mess with it and keep
that's it.
yourself out of trouble. You don't want to go to jails over
See,
there.
Rob
So,
made a good point on what you said that we always get scrutinized about everything. He said Chelsea did the exact same thing with Lukaku, 100 million, and sold him back to Inter Milan, and no one cares. But if we did
mm.
that, we'll be copying it. Rob says Delo's positioning was poor, was getting caught out like a 16-year-old.
Mm.
Hey, we kept a clean sheet, man. Stop harassing us.
I think he liked Ten Hag likes his
I
fullbacks to
think so.
to go up push up a lot. So we are going to get caught out sometimes, especially when we're losing the ball so much. Obviously, McTominay and people like that who do lose the ball are going to probably not be a first 11 because of Casemiro's and
Yeah,
Ericsson's. But, I didn't think I'd see Ericsson and Bruno play together so much. I'm surprised about that.
I thought it was one or the other. I agree.
Yeah, I really thought it was one in that
Yeah.
whole sort of thing and have the two sort of solid midfields behind them. But obviously, Ten Hag trusts Ericsson a bit more there as that deep line playmaker. But yeah, look, we just look the team. There's been a lot of changes to our club, our team, obviously over the
Yeah.
summer. So they're going to take a while to gel and actually play like a team. So if we can just grind out a few results and to get to that point of playing a bit more better, because look, Man City they only added what one
Well, they
player this season. The
sold
same with Liverpool.
Sterling. They added Halana, and they added that young striker from River that's been coming on Man
Mm.
City. I think I forget it. It's like Fernandez or something like that.
Yes, so their squads
Nah,
haven't
not
changed as
heaps.
drastically as United, so they're still gelling together very well. I think Arsenal is the most impressive one with their changes they've made, and top of the ladder deservingly at the moment.
Yeah, yeah, they are. That's again. We'll said again. Chelsea did the same with Werner as well, and no one bat an eyelid. That's true. He said, but the
Yeah,
striker position is
we've been.
cursed for Chelsea. I can't blame him. He reckons.
Well, yeah, look, I'm talking about outgoings again. I think Ronaldo's going to come up a lot in the next 40,
Okay,
48 to
so
72
does he
hours
stay or
about
does
what
he
we're
go? I'll
getting.
put you on the spot.
I got a feeling, I just got this feeling he's going to go. I just don't know how, but they're talking
I
about
know they're
Napoli
talking
at the
about swaps
moment.
with Osman, and I don't see how that happens.
Yeah, because we don't actually, I don't think we have the money to pay for
Nah,
Osman.
it's like they want
So
100 million.
it
Yeah,
can't be exactly. So unless there's a loan sort of clause sort of thing, and they pay next year or whatever they do, but it's a huge deal to do swapping those two players and to get that done in the next
it's
couple of
crazy.
days. Look, I've got the feeling Ronaldo might leave, but when I think logically, I can't see him
I know
going.
it's a
So
hard one.
yeah, but I feel like he wants to go. I feel like
Rob
he wants to play
Rob says
Champions
he
League.
agrees with you. I wouldn't play Ericsson and Bruno together, but definitely Martinez behind Casemiro. No one gets through that, he reckons. And then he said Julian Alvarez. That's the guy's name that I said for City. And he reckons CR7 is going. He reckons that's his opinion. Do you know the one thing I'll say
I
about him?
think he's
Sorry, but to cut you off there. This is the point I'll make. We just signed Antony, and for us to sign Antony, Antony went on strike at Ajax, right? So whatever that
mm,
says about that player, I don't know. I'm not going to judge him for it. But Ronaldo's wanted to leave, and he hasn't gone on strike. He's rocked up, trained, sat on the bench, hasn't really said a word. Really, have we heard Ronaldo say anything? I don't think we've heard him say anything. So I think he's
like
still
he's
being
been on the bench
professional, hasn't he?
as
And he's
well.
been on the bench twice, like you just said. Like
Yeah,
Antony went on strike, man, to get to us. Ronaldo hasn't gone on strike. He's just gone about his business. And mate, like, love him or hate him, Ronaldo's done a lot more in the game than Antony has. So if anyone's going to go on strike to demand something, you think it's him. But he's been professional. So, and that's what Ferdinand was saying about him. He goes, what people don't get about him, he goes, he's so professional. He even if he doesn't get his move, he's still going to come in and play to his, because that's just who he is. So, who knows?
yeah. I mean, Alanga starting in front of him in the
Oh,
Southampton game sort of makes me feel that
it would have
he is
crushed him,
leaving.
wouldn't it? That would have been.
Yeah, because you could have put Rashford on the left, Sancho on the right, and him up top pretty
Yeah,
easily.
I
I
think
think
so.
so. I think that might be something in that, but it's like my heart feels like he's leaving, but logically, I just like
Yeah,
where,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
how's
Well,
this gonna happen?
Genwell
Yeah,
says, why the F would that be a good career move for CR7? Napoli is in a transitional phase. I just think they're in the Champions League, aren't they? And you know,
he just wants to score
I
Champions
think
League goals.
what you got to look at it is this is the way all players have egos, and I mean he's been one of the top two players in the world for going on almost good over 10 years, let's say. And in his mind, he still
Mm.
thinks I'm better than Elanga, I'm better than Rashford, and he probably is. I mean, I think he's better than them too, but it's just who knows? He's gonna have an ego, isn't he? Like to him, he's the top dog, and that's and I know the way I see it is
Can't be
nah
a
to
bench
get
player.
dropped for Elanga, let's say, or Rashford. That's the way he'll be looking at it on the weekend. Mate, do you think Messi would put up with that? I don't think he would. Do you think Neymar would? I don't think they
At
would.
least he's not coming out. At least he's not coming out publicly and
Exactly, that's what
making
I'm
a
saying. So he's
nuisance.
still
That's
being
the thing.
professional, which shows a bit of the character of the man. But he's got the World Cup, man, coming up, and he's Portugal's captain. He's their talisman. Like,
I think
oh,
he'll play it regardless
he
of
would,
not
but
getting
he'd want
much.
to be fit because I think he wants to win it because it's his last chance.
People like Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw will be sweating, I
Wh-
reckon.
That's what I was going to ask you about them. So now you're Maguire, even Owen and that have spoken about it already. What is going through your head if you're Maguire now? Because if Southgate
He's
comes out
not
and
gonna.
picks him, he's a moron.
He's not gonna get a move because there's no time left, and I can't see any club going in for him. I think there was rumours of Chelsea, but I think that's only if they couldn't get Fofana and
Yeah.
stuff like that. They were thinking about Harry Maguire, which I was hoping and
I mean, I
praying
think
that would
every
happen.
United fan was
But look,
praying.
I just can't see him getting back in the squad. Like we've won 2 games without him, and we haven't even bring him on as a sub.
Mm,
And obviously Maguire, I mean Varane and Martinez are starting to build a bit of a relationship. You could tell in that Southampton game that they were like high fiving with the gear and that they're really working hard as a
yeah.
team back there to keep that clean sheet and they're motivating each other. And it just looked like a better harmony back there without Maguire. So I think the fans, the world see it, and I'm sure Ten Hag sees it. So, I don't know how he gets back in. He might play a crappy Europa team or a Carabao
Hey
Cup.
man, leave that
Or
crappy
come
Europa
in
team
as an
alone, alright,
injury.
man. It's my team.
Yeah, so Premier League wise, I can't. I think Ten Hag's prioritising, to try to do top four. But yeah, I just can't see him starting many Prem games unless
Yeah.
that's the worst thing now if Varane gets injured, right, and he pairs up with Martinez. I think that would be
Oh mate.
disaster.
Listen, I joked about it just then, but that's who I see him playing against, John, against Ammonia. Games like that. Like who else are you gonna play
Yeah,
against?
and there's always an injury in
There
Varane.
is,
That's the
but
problem.
but
You know
Ten
what I
Hag
mean?
said
So
I put him on a different fitness regime this year. That's why he didn't play the first 2 games. He admitted that. He goes, I've put him on a different regime
mm,
to try get him. At least he's put effort into him, which is good. And the way he's spoken about Varane, he doesn't want to drop him. So,
yeah,
I mean, who would?
no,
And
he's
you know
looked
what the
really
thing
good.
is? I don't think he's just taken Maguire's spot. I think there's a big chance next year Varane takes his armband too. Because who else is going to be
Um,
captain? I mean, Bruno, to me, I know he's got it now because he's already vice captain, but he's not, you know, he's not really a captain for me. I just,
uh, yeah, at the moment it's hard to say who's taking the armband, especially Ronaldo's future at the club
Bruno
doesn't
will
look
have it
great.
this
I'd
year,
say
but I think
Ronaldo,
Varane next year, I think, personally. But
yeah. Look, Bruno he's played
he
better with the
has, he has.
armband, you must say. I'm not sure if he's captain material or not. He does like to talk back a lot to
Yeah.
the ref. But leadership-wise, I'm not too sure. But it's hard to pick. Like Ten Hag's probably like myself right now, just thinking, all right, let's play out this year, and then I can see the
Yeah,
leaders
yeah.
in this club and who I can
I
give
think
that
he could
armband
go
to.
to one of the Real Madrid boys. Varane, Casemiro, one of those guys. Like just, they've done everything. Who's going to question that? Oh, these guys have won Champions League 5 times. Like you're not questioning that. That's what I
Hmm.
think. Like no players.
Is Antony going to play
I
against
don't think
Leicester?
he's going to be eligible. No, they said the earliest we'll see him is Arsenal, and will he start then? Who knows? I don't know, but listen, mate,
He hasn't
nah,
trained
we
for
got
a
to get a
week or
result
so,
against
so
Leicester, man. They're terrible, bro. Like, so we'll head to that game now. We'll talk about 2 games now, since the next time we do a show, we would have played 2 games because we've got 2 games in 3 days. So we've got Leicester first Friday
mm,
morning, 4:30 Friday morning. In my opinion, we got to beat them, man. They're bottom. Not just that they're bottom. They haven't signed a player. They're selling players for fun. And I agree with what you and Rob said last week. This year or next year, I see them getting relegated, man. I think Rodgers is gone before they get red. Like they're terrible. I watch them; they're bad.
they're pretty much like a wounded
Yeah,
wounded animal right now, and But we just can't take our foot off the gas. I think if we don't go in 100% in this game, Leicester can get something out of this. So they just got to stay focused. I can't see Ten Hag changing it too much unless
I reckon
Martial's
Casemiro
fit.
comes in.
Or yeah, look, I think you got a case about Casemiro for McTominay maybe, or
Oh, I think that's who comes in.
It's for some reason in my mind, I just know every manager at that club loves
Yeah,
McTominay
but
for
what?
some
Is he not
reason.
going to bring him in? Then that means he's not going to bring him in against Arsenal. He's got to bring him in.
I think the McTominay thing, you can't play Fred with McTominay, and you can't play
Well, that's
Fred
why I
with
think.
either way. They
What?
can't
Who do
play
you think? Do
together.
you think
So
Ericsson?
I think
Do you
Fred
think
and
Ericsson
Casemiro.
gets dropped for Casemiro instead of McTominay?
No, I can. See, Bruno scored. You know what I mean. So you can't drop him.
I
He's
think he
been
played
playing better
well. Yeah, I
since
think
the
he did
armband. So
okay.
you're not dropping Bruno. You're not dropping Ericsson because that first half against Southampton, I thought he was our best player. He did drop off in the second half, Ericsson, but I think with his condition, he's not the same. Ericsson's going to give you 90 minutes, I reckon, of
Yeah.
that. He may. It's hard to see. Look, probably Casemiro comes in for McTominay. You buy Casemiro, you have to put
100%.
him in, and he's obviously better than McTominay. I'm just worried that Ten Hag's thinking he doesn't want to fix what's not
I
broken at the
think two
moment.
changes
So
happen. Leicester. The forward changes for whoever. I don't know. Could be Ronaldo. Could be Marshall. I'm not sure who's fit.
I don't even know what happened to Martial now. Did he get stung by a bee? It seems like if the wind changes directions, the
Apparently,
bloke
he
gets
was
injured.
crossing the
So
road to go to the Stretford end, and a car went past, and it almost touched him, and he's injured. Yeah, like just nothing.
it's like the near
Yeah,
miss injury
it's
man. It's
just
just like, oh my God, Anthony's injured
yeah,
again.
just
What a
something happened,
shocker.
and he's hurt. Like Rob says, yeah,
Unbelievable.
Bruno, you're not a captain for him. He's agreeing with me. And he goes, yeah, Leicester are awful. He goes, even Vardy's off the boil. Genwell says Vardy has been off the ball for months. And then Rob says, is the match home or away? We're away to Leicester, home to Arsenal on Monday morning.
I think it suits us better playing Leicester away in this game for some reason. I think the pressure's going to be
Well, the
too
thing
much
is,
for
what
them.
they look for over the top, like they just said about Vardy. I mean, Varane and Martinez should be able to deal with Vardy, I think, like we're saying.
Yeah, I fancy Martinez and Vardy. So yeah, I worry about sort of the bigger strikers, but the pacier ones like that, I think Martinez is the thing about Martinez, he reads the game really well, and he's
Yeah.
very good on the ball, and he can win a duel. But obviously, I'm nervous about the 6'4"
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. So
monsters
that's
out
not
there
coming
who are
up
just.
this week. And then even against Arsenal, that's not coming, is it? It's Gabriel Jesus.
No, you got Gabriel Jesus, who's
No.
not the biggest bloke
So,
either. So
like
yeah,
we and then you look at Leicester's defense. I mean, Johnny Evans, great servant of a player. Like he was with United, but man, he's slow. Like we should be punishing these guys. I think Madison's injured as well. Ferreira's injured.
and he was
Yeah, he's their
probably
best
their
player, yeah, of
best.
course.
He's been the best player so far as
So,
well, and form wise this.
I mean, I don't know. We have to win. And then,
But they were played against Chelsea 10 men from very early on last match, and they still
yeah,
lost 2-1. You play against 10 men, you shouldn't lose in that amount of time, really,
yeah,
if
I
you're a
agree.
Premier League team. So it was all credit to Chelsea, and Chelsea haven't been
Nah,
playing that good. You know what I mean? And they won with 10 men against Leicester. So look, I'd expect United to win there, but I won't say comfortably. It might be a scrappy affair, but I
everyone
expect
is
us
going to
to
come
win.
to know that you're the one that expects us to win, and I'm the one that just says, yeah, comfortable. 4-0. It's
4
going to be
nil.
4-0.
4
4-0.
nil.
All right, so let's talk before we go. We'll touch the second game. So this is obviously a big game. United,
Yeah.
Arsenal, Old Trafford. Arsenal could be going into it 5 wins on the trot because they could win on Thursday, Friday morning. And
Yeah.
I know it's hard to go and predict games considering we've got a game in front of it, but it's a big game, isn't it, already?
Yeah, I reckon if we were playing at the Emirates, I think I'd lean towards Arsenal a bit more in this game. I think the confidence that they got in their team right now, they're just envy to play in front of their home supporters. And yeah, look, obviously they're top of the table at the moment. It's going to be a hard game. But at Old Trafford, United should get something out of that game. I expect United not to
Yeah.
lose the game.
Well,
So,
they're saying statistically, I was reading it today, Arsenal statistically had they got the easiest start out of any team, but then October they got to play Liverpool, City, Chelsea. So like next, yeah, I think it's October they got a torrid like run. But listen, like they beat Bournemouth 3-0. I mean, Liverpool beat Bournemouth 9-0. You know what I mean? So
mm,
like it's just you don't know. Like
yeah.
it's they beat Fulham last night, who are I know Fulham gave Liverpool a bit of a run, but they're still up from the championship, are they? It's not like
And Fulham have been
yeah.
playing
So
pretty well. They haven't been an easy beat
exactly.
this
So
year at all
it's hard to
so far.
pick, but mate, I'm going comfortable. Both 4-0 wins. We're gonna go. Goal difference is coming up. I don't know about there's it's it's hard to predict, man. Like it is really hard to predict, but hopefully Liverpool and City and that can start dropping points. And we went from bottom in 2 weeks to eighth. You know what I mean? Like so, it's what
Yeah,
a couple wins.
yeah. They just need to keep while they're learning that the philosophy and the style of play Ten Hag wants to play. As long as they're grinding out a few results to keep us competitive in the league standings
Yeah.
wise, we can't be we can't be any more than happy than that. Obviously, it's going to take time to embed his style, and hopefully, we just keep winning on the way as
Rob's
well.
paying me out. He goes 4-0 wins. What have you been drinking? Listen, Ronaldo's gonna stay, Rob, and because that's gonna be transfer deadline day, I reckon he's gonna get put in against Leicester, and he's showing up. He's gonna show up. Last year they're showing it. He won Man United off of his own boot. They said he won, I think, 17 points or something by himself, like his goals. So listen, for me, Ronaldo's not done, and I think against Leicester, you got Johnny Evans and that. Get him in there, get the ball in the box, and he's gonna score goals. Like, I mean, how many career goals has the guy scored? Like, it's better than Elanga. Listen, I got
I mean,
nothing against Elanga, but
against teams that we're going to dominate possessions, Ronaldo is going to be great, I reckon, especially getting balls into the box. But Ten Hag wants to play a possession,
yeah,
high
I
press
know.
game anyway, so it's he just can't play it yet. The boys
Of
aren't
course. It's
ready.
even
They're
like
not.
you look even last
So
year, right? Like Conte is a great manager, but Conte doesn't really care about possession. When we played Tottenham, what did Ronaldo do? Hat trick. Because we had, you know what I mean? Like
mm,
that's we had more of the ball. Like it's like you're saying, if we're gonna have the ball, who do you want one on one, Ronaldo or Rashford or Elanga? I know who I want, and I don't care how old he is.
look, Rashford's not a
He's a
forward,
winger.
man. I
He's
don't
a
think
winger,
he
bro.
needs to play inside forward. I mean, coming off the left flank, that's where he got his 20-something goals in the season.
Listen,
So
I
I hope Rashford gets back to his best. I really do, because it'd be great to have those three wingers really on form and just really pushing. You can look at the past of Man City and that when one of their wingers aren't playing well, they bring on what's their name, Mahrez or someone or whoever, and they do a job. You know what I mean? So you have to have those number of quality players to compete
yeah.
at a high level. So.
Listen, I really worry for him. Like, and I know, like, listen, I want him to do so well, man. He's a Man United youth product. When he come on the scene, I remember us when he came on the scene, man, with LVG. Like, we were loving it, Rashford. I really worry for him because it's like I know he scored against Liverpool, but I don't know. He's got to get back on track this year, or I think he's done with United. That's me personally. Like, and I want him so
Yeah.
much. I want him to do well for us because of how he came on the scene. Like I said, I loved it, but it's just I don't know, man. Something's missing, and like this is obviously, like I always say it. This coming from a person that's played. I know I've never played at their level, but I look in his eyes, man, and something's missing. I don't know what it is, but something's missing, and I worry for him, especially now with Antony coming in. It's like he'll sook. That's what I feel. Not like he'll try to take it on board and challenge it. I just feel he's gonna Sook, yeah, I don't know. Like, but I hope he doesn't.
Yeah, that would be the worst thing if he really throws,
Yeah,
the
like
toys out and starts crying about his position and starts wanting that
exactly.
move to, let's say, PSG, who have been rumored to be
And what? Where
in
is he going
for
to
him.
play there? Messi, Neymar, Mbappe. Is he going to get a game? He's
I don't know.
dreaming. He's
I
tripping.
don't know, but look, Rashford at his best is obviously good player to watch, and we all love him in the end because he's a Man United youth
Exactly.
product, and I really hope he finds his form because it looks like Ten Hag really
Yeah.
likes him, and has started him
Yeah, I
in
think
all
so.
four
Yep.
games, I think. Uh, so yeah,
Well,
he just needs.
no, sorry. Keep going. Yeah, go.
Yeah, no, he
Oh,
just needs to
definitely.
find his
Yeah,
form and get back
100%.
to the
What
best.
I was going to say
Yeah.
is before we go, so the rumors are before transfer deadline day that they're talking about some players coming in, and the rumors are either Memphis Depay is coming back to United or Pierre-Emerick
hmm
Aubameyang is coming to United. What are your thoughts on any of these? Is anyone else coming in, or like not just them two? Is anyone else coming into United? What's going to happen? Is it going to be a crazy end? What are your thoughts?
Look, if Ronaldo goes, look, we definitely need a striker because like we spoke before, Martial is very injury prone, and we're not going to get 40. I don't think we'll get 40
Yeah,
starts
no
out of him
way.
this year. And we play 60 games, mind you,
Yeah,
because of Europa and stuff like that. And then you got Rashford after that to put up front. You know what I mean? So if Ronaldo goes, I can see us out of those players you mentioned, the pie coming in because he looks like it's going to be a cheaper deal, and I think Aubameyang they want about 25 mil or
please.
30 mil. I would prefer Aubameyang over Depay because I think ground running, and I think that's sort of what United need.
Yeah,
And but yeah, out of those two, if I had to pick one, I'd pick Aubameyang. But who I think who might come is Depay.
yeah. I actually agree with you. Even though he's 33, I'd prefer Aubameyang. I just think he's probably a better goal scorer. But I actually think United is gonna get Depay no matter what. I actually think Depay's gonna come back to United regardless of Ronaldo. I just got this feeling. But
I
I
think
don't know.
he's definitely a better player than when he left us, Depay.
Oh yeah,
He's not.
100%. I mean,
He has
he starts
improved.
for Holland. He starts. He's their main
Yeah,
striker, so he's got to be doing something right.
he's improved, but I wouldn't say he's tearing up,
Yeah, no, I agree.
up signs and stuff like that. But yeah, so if I had to pick, Depay would be coming. But if I who I wanted, who I
Yeah,
want to come is Aubameyang.
yeah, I know what you mean.
If it's out of those two, but I'd rather Osman and
I
both
agree.
all three
I
if
agree.
we
But
can get
listen, Depay
Osman.
comes, I'll support him. Whatever. Genwell says, sidetrack. Have you lot been enjoying La Liga games on Optus? I have been watching a few of them, and I've been watching the highlights on there. I like it on there, Genwell. So to answer your question, I don't know about John.
I actually haven't watched any La Liga games on
I,
there yet.
I was shocked. I didn't even know it was on there, and then I was like, what?
Yeah, for some reason I hate La Liga, so I don't
Yeah,
know
I agree.
why.
I'm not the biggest fan of it. I just every now and then I've been watching a game or two, like all the highlights and that. It's just I'm the same. I don't. It's one of my least favorite leagues, La Liga, especially now
Yeah,
without it doesn't have
I don't
Messi
know
or
why.
Ronaldo.
I like watching Champions League games with Spanish teams in it, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know why. Something about La
Now,
Liga, don't know.
I agree though. Like I said, now without Messi and Ronaldo in the league, what it's I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, to be fair, I don't really watch any other league
yeah.
besides Premier League.
Ah,
So,
but that's fair. Alia says, "Hey boys, how you going, Alia?"
Ali, what's up?
And then Gamble says, "Glazers spending their money to buy the fans back. Glazers out, billions taken out from their tyranny." And we 100% agree, mate. That's why,
Yeah, always remember, lads. Always remember out. Glazers out.
Glazers out 100%. You got to back any movement to get those parasites away from
It's
our
funny
club.
how that billionaire wanted to buy us or mentioned it, and then they just quickly go, "Oh shit, let's buy some players." And
Well, you know what the thing is they're doing now though, like they've done it before. They're spending 160 million they got out of nowhere, right? Before we leave. But you know what they're going to do now? If they've still got the club next summer, they're going to not spend anything because they've spent it already. Because the Glazers don't do
especially if we
anything
get
for
top
free.
four, I notice when we get top four, our spending goes down a
Yeah,
little bit, and when we
of
don't get top
course,
four, they sort of get nervous and let's get back in the
of
top
course.
four. They need to redo this next year, another couple 100 million again, but spend that 200 million wisely. Because look, obviously we need the right backs have been mentioned. I think another midfielder's been mentioned, a striker's been mentioned, and if you want to get three of those world-class positions filled, you're probably looking about, especially when you're Man United, spending another 150 to
Oh,
200
of
million.
course.
So
And like
yeah,
Gary Neville was talking about it today. Real Madrid are building a new stadium, right? And they're Real Madrid. So and, he's saying he's pointing at the Glazers like, what are you doing? You know, not saying build a new stadium, but fix Old Trafford. Like, you know,
yeah,
do.
it's an iconic stadium, Old Trafford. They need to just
But so's the
refurnish it.
Bernabeu, John, isn't it? The Bernabeu is an iconic stadium, and they're building a new one, bro.
What are they going to
Oh, I
call it?
don't know, but like the Bernabeu is as iconic as Old Trafford. Like, if any stadium is,
Yeah,
like it's,
I didn't know that.
and they're
Yeah,
building a
but
new stadium.
I can't see him leaving Old Trafford. But if they can just spend
You
some
know, I
money on
agree. I
Old
don't
Trafford,
think
like he,
having been there, like you've been there, I don't think there's anywhere they could do it. That's the thing. I think, but at least fix it. Like fix the, you know, like
Mhm.
ah,
The fans say when it rains, it leaks. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly. Like, you know, that's the note we'll end on. Hashtag Glazers out. Like I said, I know we don't have the following like some of the other fan channels and that, but we will do our part and we will, you know, we'll hashtag it wherever we can and we'll keep these colours up until they're gone from our club. And on that note, you've predicted 2 wins.
I
Just say two
predicted.
wins. Far out.
I reckon we'll beat Leicester, and I'm gonna say yeah, we'll beat
Look at that,
Arsenal.
two
Yeah,
wins.
I think Arsenal's bubble will burst, and Martinez, the Argentinian butcher, will get red
What,
carded against
what did they call him? What did they
Jesus in
call
the
him?
89th.
The butcher of Amsterdam, wasn't he? Or something like that.
I don't know. I heard the
I think
Argentinian
that's it
butcher.
was his name, the
Uh,
butcher from Amsterdam. That's what they're calling him because he just cracks people. You know what? Saying on
it's
that,
like
Ferdinand was saying that he goes, he reminds him. He goes, he's a better ball player than him. He goes, but he reminds him of Gabriel Heinze. You know, just goes into tackles like willing to just like Rob said, just
it's got
hit people. You know what I mean? Like,
just like that little dog
yeah.
syndrome where you can take the world on.
Rob
Yeah,
says 2 wins, and he's going Xhaka red card as well. So he's going with you. So maybe 2 red cards.
two red cards. Martinez and Xhaka are gonna punch
Oh,
on, and there'll be
imagine
red
that.
cards.
Alia says, came in late. Damn. See ya, boys. I'll re-listen. See ya, Alia. See ya, Rob. Genwill, everyone
See you,
that
bro.
chatted. And you heard it here first. 2 wins. Me and Johnny, we never get anything wrong. So excited about Antony's left peg, Alia says. Me too. John touched on that, saying he's a
Yeah,
good crosser. So that might be a thing for Ronaldo if he stays. So
loves to cut in and have a crack as well, Anthony. So we'll probably see some goals like that Bernardo Silva
yeah.
goal, like against
But
Crystal
that's where the
Palace.
game is now, isn't it? Anyway, like I know before, sorry, we said goodbye 3 times, but the game is inverted wingers now, isn't it? 10 years ago it used to
Well,
be wingers
Salah's
that
the
go
right
just
winger.
down the wing and cross. Now it's inverted wingers, like yeah, Salah, like it's
He's left-footed, is on
yeah,
the right.
exactly.
I
That's what I
think
mean.
Bernardo. I'm not sure if Bernardo Silva's
Yeah,
left-footed
he is.
or he's just
Bernardo
both feet.
Silva's lefty. Yeah,
So
it is.
yeah,
That's just it, man. Like
um,
Neymar plays left wing as a right footer. Like that's where the game is these
just like
days.
yeah. So
Alia
is what
saying
it is.
2-0 United and 2-1 United. See, we don't get anything wrong, man.
Yeah,
Ali's a champion. We don't get anything wrong.
Ali, he's good on the bets, man. He get a multi.
Alia, you want to come into our syndicate next year, man? Tell him about the syndicate. Bring him on board. Bring him on board.
Tell him
Bring
that's
him on board. All right, guys. Thanks everyone for watching. Me and Johnny will try to be back on Monday or Tuesday to review both games. And until then, we'll see you next time.